Hey, good evening and welcome to the Darkmom Consortium for April the 17th, 2024. And I'm in Discord if anybody wants to jump in and join. And sorry I didn't do the intro today, just didn't really feel great about that today. So, as I'm sure you guys all know, Von Marcus passed away.
Just learned about it. I just learned about it.
Yeah. I was yelling at my computer because my computer was being so evil to me. It was getting rude. And Pi's trying to call me on Skype, and I'm like, Pi, I will call you right back. And he's like, no, you need to talk to me right now. And I'm like, okay, let me get the computer. Let me call you back. No. So, anyways, I did not want you to read this.
Serious has happened.
Pardon?
That is usually when something serious has happened.
Yeah. And he said, I just didn't want you to read this someplace else. So.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who don't know, Von Marcus has been ill for a long time, probably all his life. And I don't know what it was. I'm going to guess maybe his heart, maybe his lungs.
Oh.
But he was in the process of trying to get on a transplant list because his condition hadn't been that bad, but he'd been in and out of hospitals for ever since I knew him. Cardiac issues, okay. And he was trying to get onto the transplant list, and he'd been going to the doctors, and he and I had been starting to chat about, who's going to take care of him when he gets out of the hospital. Well, he was thinking that's 3 years down the line. So I'm like, no problem, I'll be retired, I won't be working full time, I can come hang out there, I'll find a place to live, and I can get you to and from the hospital. I think he needed help for like 6 weeks.
You lived close to him as well?
No, not really. A couple hundred miles. But, I could rent an apartment for a month or two and bring the doggos with me.
Well, at least on the same continent.
Yes, on the same continent. He was Ohio-ish.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and when he told me that, I'm like, hey, we can figure that one out. That's easy. We can figure that out. Yeah. But he'd been to the doctor twice this week. Either twice this week or last week for some tests and stuff. And that's why we got to talking about, because it kind of sounded like, maybe things are beginning to roll towards getting the transplant. And of course, with any transplant, sometimes you are on that list for years.
What kind of organ transplant?
From what Sav says, he had heart issues, so I'm guessing a heart transplant. But he was, young enough where he would have been a great candidate for it.
Yeah.
Well, he has family there, Sav, but his aunt is getting older, and to ask his elderly aunt to, come and haul him around from house to hospital and maybe stay at the house and take care of dog and girlfriend and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's kind of hard.
GSQ, I'm going to say Cleveland or Cincinnati-ish. I know he was in one of the two, but for this transplant, if they did it, he was going to have to go to the other one. I'm going to bet he had to go to Cleveland for the surgery if they were going to do that. So sometime next week we will start putting together the Von Marcus Memorial Quacken Uber pet build. And yeah, for those of you who remember Von Marcus, the first time I ran into him, so this is going to go back.
He really liked those carrier builds.
Oh, yeah, he loved carriers, but the more pets you could throw on it, the better. And last time we were talking about consoles, he was looking for something that could let him launch more pets more often. So he would come out there and you would see the ship, then he'd launch the pets, and all he'd have is this cloud around the ship. And he was like, yeah, I can just sit here and let them go do all the killing. I don't have anything I have to do in the meantime. So GSQ says I could have taken a freaking trip to see him. Oh my God. Which is why I think I'm going to quit my job next week. Because I want to come see you guys.
But quit your job? Aren't you so close to retirement?
I don't have to retire. I can quit my job without going on retirement. There is a difference in those two.
If you held on for like 5 more years, you would get some more money.
I'd get a lot more. I'm not going to claim the money till that age. Um, my husband left me money,
Ah, okay.
so that's not a problem. I mean, te- the puppies are super stressed today. Technically, I could have retired a couple of years ago based on what he inherited,
Oh,
but
so okay.
excuse me one second. Children. Hey, hey. Dogs. Yeah, I agree, Dwayne. But now somebody's going to have to step up to help with the build on the pet. I'm happy to fund it, but I have no clue what he had on there. But more importantly, and this will be my first Von Marcus story of the evening, back in Chicago one night, I had done my live stream. It must have been a Saturday night. We went on to like midnight and logged off, talked to everybody. But I left at that time. I was leaving the computer running constantly because it took a lot to get it. This is my old computer to get it up and running, so I would just leave it on. 2 in the morning, my phone goes off. Huh? Mom? Uh-huh. It's me, Von Marcus. Uh-huh. Your computer's still running. Uh-huh. You're still streaming. Oh!
Oh,
And since that point, he's been, he would call me up in the middle of the night going, "You're still streaming." Oh, shoot.
nice.
So somebody's going to have to take over his job. So if you want to join us, we are on Earth Space Dock. It looks like we're on 3. Up in the mezzanine. And come raise a torch for Von Marcus. But he and I used to send messages back and forth, and I'm going to have to go get my old phone because he would send me a lot of texts, but I have a few of them on Discord. And he was one of the most positive guys I ever met, considering that his health was just not that good. And I've got, like, out of the whole thing that he's ever sent me, there was only one time that he was complaining. And that was right as COVID was hitting and he was losing friends and family to COVID. And he survived COVID because with his health, he obviously had to take really higher care of himself and, really be protective. So he made it through that when he lost family members.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I don't know what my dogs are doing, but they're insane. I'll be right back.
It's really sad when we lose people too early, especially the young ones.
Sorry about that. You guys are all being quiet. You're all supposed to talk amongst yourselves.
I'm thinking about his build.
Um,
I think
d-
I was talking to him a little bit, and he
yeah,
went
yeah.
all in for pets, right?
Yes, exactly. Does anybody remember what the base of the ship was? Was it like a Vanguard carrier, or what did he have for the basic carrier? Underneath all those thousands of pets.
I think he was using the Constitution flight deck carrier
I don't know.
for those 8 engineering consoles, I think.
I think we played with
No, he
him.
didn't have the big engineering consoles. He went all in with all the summons.
JB says Vanguard carrier is the best for pet spam. I have no idea. I think at one point he had launched over 50 pets from that thing. And it was just it was beyond scary. It was funny. I'm Prince Christie. No problem killing Terrans. We all need to do that some days. Hey Jack, how are you doing? Oh, hi there. I'm glad you finally came upstairs. Sorry, Loki, who was sorry.
And wasn't he piloting the D7 as well?
I he just got a new ship. It might have been the D7.
Hmm.
JB, that'd be great if you could do that. I will try and put that together. I wanted to do something for Ed, one of his ships, but he didn't have a single ship except maybe the Green Cobalt that was such a, that was so iconically him. But Von Marcus, yes, definitely did. So I'll have to go find another one of my Von Marcus stories. He was doing a live stream. God, this must have been 3-4 years ago.
We're gonna crash the server if we do like a group of people trying to replicate his builds.
That would be fun, actually. I can't even imagine everybody had. Oh my god! Oh, that would be so good. You'd love us. He was drinking one night, which he probably shouldn't have been doing, while trying to do a very long live stream. And I don't think he realized he was on camera drinking.
Oh,
Bend over, throw up, get back up, keep going on with that show. And I know he had given it up recently for health reasons. Like his girlfriend would kill him if he kept drinking. And probably his doctor too.
yeah. How is he dealing with this?
I don't know. I got this from Pi, who got it from somebody else. I hope she reaches out. But one of the problems with all of us being here in this world is we don't know each other by name or very much about each other. Which is the other reason I'm going to go meet all of you. JB's easy to go meet. He's not far from here. I've met Dante. Obviously, Darkthorn, our former Fleet Admiral Ver, and a few other people. Haven't met Grozabo. I don't even know where he lives.
Hello.
Hi. How are you doing?
Doing good, and you?
Oh, been better.
Morning, Von Marcus.
Yeah, Von Marcus passed away this morning.
Yeah, I saw the post
Yeah.
that was made.
Yeah. That just sucks. I mean, he was on with us, 2 days ago? Last night? Was he on with us last night? No, a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I kind of know what the script's going through because we actually had the war drivers, originally USCM, actually had 2 instances of that happening to us.
Oh yeah.
Where pretty much one day it was like one day we were playing with the guy we called Face of Dave. Then like a few days later, we one of us got a message saying from his son, I believe, he passed away, and it's like, yeah, shit. And then like 3 years ago, uh, one shot. Uh, exact same thing. He passes away, and it's like, fuck. It kind of sucks. It's like we're playing with the guy, having a laugh, going pew pew on Borg, and then the next thing we know, we're getting a message saying so and so passed away, and it's like, oh shit.
Yeah. Well, I mentioned to somebody this morning that I went to the Chicago convention 2 years ago, 2022. And while we were there, Duffy, the other Duffy, passed away. Last year I go to Vegas in August, and Ed passes away. I'm going to Philadelphia tomorrow morning, and the other Duffy dies. I'm not going to go to any more conventions. This is dangerous for you guys. I'm fine, but I step out and somebody here dies. This is getting not good. But yeah, JB, we will definitely do a Von Marcus Memorial stream, or I'm going to check on days. Otherwise, I will do a weekend stream for him. Maybe we can do a fundraiser for something he would have appreciated. Sav plans to live forever. Go for it, Sav. I'm not going to stop you. Yeah, over the years, we've lost quite a few players. At one point, somebody told me that Lant had died, and that was hard. OG Lant. And then one day somebody came on and he said, no, I'm fine. I'm like, this is not nice. This is rude of you to pretend that you're Lant, because Lant died. And he's like, no, it's really me. And okay. I just freaked out and started crying. It was just weird.
Yeah.
But no, he had dropped off. He'd been sick and dropped out of game for a little bit, but hadn't died. So that's a good thing. But when I heard that it was Von Marcus, my first thought is, well, hold on, that's what they said about Lanton. Yeah, but it was coming from Pi, so I'm going to try and remember it. Not just go around and announce that other people have died, but trust in my sources a little bit more. Empress Christie, people keep trying to kill me and I don't go down. I know you don't know me yet, but I am hard to kill. Well, clearly Von Marcus was too, right up till the end. He's had no shortage of health issues. But Cranston Lamont passed away. He had been diagnosed with something, and there was no hospital where he lived. And he was kind of facing the fact that he had no medical care where he was living. And then he just disappeared. Hey, GSQ has joined us too.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, how are you doing?
It's hard. It really is.
Yeah, I know it is.
I would have been here a lot sooner had a storm not taken out my power 30 seconds ago.
Hey, at least you got the storm. I did my planning for this trip based on the fact that it was supposed to rain all day today, so I wasn't going to have to go water the gardens at the office, and it didn't rain. I mean, we had a little spatter of rain during the night, and that was it, so... Opie. The dogs are super stressed out, and I have medical gummies for them. And they're
What?
yeah, they make CBD for doggos, which you can tell is not working.
Oh, kind of keep in mind, some things that affect humans one way would affect dogs another.
This is true, but the calming effect is supposed to be similar, though the dosage is considerably different. And
Yeah.
Fifi's supposed to get 2 of them, and she doesn't like them, so I have to kind of sneak them into her meals when she's really stressed out. And the little one was just looking at him today going, nope, that's okay. I'm not doing that. JB says I give him to Kira when a storm is coming or before the 4th of July. Yeah, absolutely. Also, JB says, I plan on living until there's no more rum left on the planet. A good plan.
Oh dang, you're gonna be in competition with me.
Well, between the two of you, you'll keep the manufacturers in business, and therefore you can live forever.
Yeah.
Hmm. If anybody has a good idea for a charity we could try and do a fundraiser for in Von Marcus's honor, we can certainly put something together. I'm sure I can put together some stuff from the fleet for some prizes, and we will, see if people want to donate, and we can do it that way.
Oh.
But we
If,
got
I've
lots of
some
time.
I got some T5 ships I am willing to part with.
Second prize is a T1. Sorry, first prize is a T5 ship. Second prize is 2 T5 ships.
The third prize, 5.
And a whole bunch of GPL. We'll put something together for him. When Canadian Duffy died, we wanted to do a fundraiser because last time we had talked to him, his father was very ill and they didn't have the funds to have a proper medical care / funeral. So we put together something, and I reached out, got a hold of his sister, and his sister's like, "Thank you, but we're fine." Okay. And this is right after Kel had given us a whole bunch of the Eagle Moss minis to auction off. So we did put together a fundraiser, and we wound up giving that money to Doctors Without Borders and Save.org. And Kel gave me a bunch of stuff, some of which is going back to Philadelphia tomorrow because we will not be auctioning it off, but if people wanted to make a generous donation to some charity, we will give them away. Sav says, I'm genetically predisposed, yes, I can say that word, to long life. Both sets of grandparents lived into their 90s, and both parents are in their 70s, are in excellent health. I just need a bionic spine. Yep, that helps a lot of people.
Oh yeah. I'll say this: both of my grandparents lived. Their grandfathers died in their 80s, and my maternal side grandmother is still alive, 93 this year.
Wow.
And the thing is, I'll say this: her side of the family has some dang good genetics for the women.
Clearly.
Her mother lived to be 99. But both sisters lived to be in their 90s.
Let's see. Empress Christie says 104 in my family. JB has a great aunt who lived to 101. My grandmothers both lived into their hundreds. Most of their daughters lived into their 90s, except my mom, who lived into her 70s. But my mom was a hard-drinking woman. And
yeah, I have another great grandmother that lived to be 104.
Jeez. So clearly, people in that generation lived a long time. I'm sure that's not across the board. Empress Christie, my grandmother's 96 right now, and my mom is closing on 70s. So there was a time when I thought 70s was old.
You know the Chernobyl explosion in the 80s?
Say that again?
You know the Chernobyl explosion in the 80s?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like 2 countries over.
From you, yeah.
I know anyway. I was like burned when that shit happened, so I've absorbed way too much radiation.
Well, doesn't that mean you turn into Godzilla?
Oh.
Think about it. I mean, this could be good.
No, wait. I'm thinking of, Fallout.
Fallout does that?
The Fallout game.
Oh, the game.
Yeah, if someone experiences too much radiation, yeah, there's a particular thing that happens to humans if that happens.
I could stand becoming a kaiju.
Oh, okay.
Sav says being a kaiju would be fun. Empress Christie says, I am 6'6" with the heart of a horse, so I should be good to the 90s. So you still got 50 years. Well, I could stand living to my 90s, as long as I'm reasonably healthy mentally and physically. However, there seems to be a bit of a genetic predisposition to something like Alzheimer's in my family. That's not good.
Yeah.
I'm fantasizing about turning into a kaiju. This is not good.
No, that is good. It's good. JB says if I was a kaiju, I could morph into King Ghidorah. That would be good. Yeah. What kaiju would I be? Not Godzilla. Though the Godzilla from the movie was pretty good. That's a good question. Hi, just Rob. Yeah, Von Marcus passed away last night or early this morning in his sleep.
I'll say this: passing away in the sleep. Is either in a sleep or something that's super duper quick.
Yeah.
Mom, to answer your question, I want to be Mothra. She's my
Mothra.
kaiju.
Mothra would be good.
Oh my god.
But do you get the two
That is
little
really nice.
twins singing for you? Do you get your own little box with the two little twins who come out to sing to call you GSQ? Yep, they did sing to call Mothra, right?
I'm sorry. What?
In the Mothra
Agree.
movies, they've got the two little twins.
Yeah.
Yeah, who sing and that calls Mothra.
I can't remember. My brain is. Oh no.
So just Robbie, yeah, I heard through Pi that Von Marcus had died during the night or early this morning, in his sleep. But
sorry to interrupt.
no, that's fine. Go ahead.
The twin fairies.
Yes.
Twin fairies.
Yeah.
Which termed Shobijin, I believe. I'm probably butchering the name. If anyone's familiar with it, I apologize. But yeah, I'll put that in Twitch chat. Sorry for interrupting.
Shobijin. Dwayne says,
yeah.
if I turned into a kaiju, it would be the dragon sword from Power Rangers. That's cheating. That's not a kaiju. That's a Jaeger. Not that a Jaeger would be a bad thing. I could deal with being a Jaeger. I would definitely not be a Godzilla / King Kong from the latest movies. That was bad. Bad movie. Fun but stupid.
I haven't seen them.
If you can see it for a couple of dollars, definitely worth it. If you have to spend like $20 to go see it, it's not worth it. It's not that fun. Sav wants to be a
I
T-Rex.
have access to this universal streaming service thingy.
Is it available?
Yeah, it's for everyone.
Oh.
It's in perpetual beta, so it's legal and fully out on the Google Play Store. Streamio, it's called. Probably there is no restrictions on it, so it has all the shows, all the movies, everything.
Christy, you like Slattern? Do you like Pacific Rim?
Hey.
Sav will be right back. Yes, but do you like Pacific Rim?
I've heard
Ooh, and
rumors
Gyrus.
about
Yes,
the
I'd
third-
forgotten all about that one.
I've heard rumors about the third Pacific Rim movie.
Yeah, well, Pacific Rim 2 was sucky. Pacific Rim 1 was the best movie of all time, and don't give me any of this classical stuff like Singing in the Rain and what's some of the other ones, Casablanca and all that. No, 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 no. We have kaiju. We have Pacific Rim.
Hmm.
But I understand there's a Pacific Rim animated that's supposed to be quite good.
Yeah, I'm trying to watch it,
Oh.
but they are currently using children as pilots, and it's getting to my head.
Oh, okay. I have not seen it yet. Did you see in the
Yeah,
Black
it's
series? No.
cartoon, so it's made for children.
Oh,
So
yeah,
the
it's,
pilots have to
yeah.
be children, and they are kind of, when you have to deal with children when you're above a certain age, you kind of go like, I don't wanna.
JB, did you not see Godzilla -1?
I haven't seen that one.
Go see it. Really
Yeah,
good movie.
it was a limited screening,
Yeah.
so not available in Norway. And my streaming service only has the ripped off version of it. So they haven't gotten a full HD release yet.
No.
And I want to save myself until we have it in proper quality.
Godzilla -1 is possibly the best of all of the Godzilla movies. It's very true to the original, but it was done on a budget, great acting, not a ton of CGI in it, because that wasn't in the budget, but very good character studies, and the feel is much more of the original Godzilla.
Did they use the original Godzilla sound effect? Roar?
Yeah, of course, and the original Godzilla music.
Okay. Do you know how the original roar was made?
No, I have no idea.
What they did is they took a leather glove and put a lot of resin on it, and that I can't remember. I believe it was like a bass, not a bass guitar, but like a cello, but the one that's bigger. And one of the chords they kind of loosened up a little bit and just took the resin up glove and just kind of moved it over the chord.
JB is stepping out for dinner. JB, this is going to be a shorter show because I have to be on the road at 4 in the morning, so we're going to be here till 8. Next week, we are going to do a Von Marcus Memorial Let's Build a Ship for Him type thing. So, for anybody who wants to think about that for next week, feel free to drop me info, and we will plot out a day. Thank you very much, JB.
What day would you be doing it? Like Monday or so?
Probably not Monday. I'm leaving Philadelphia at 6 in the night on a Sunday, and a 12-hour drive overnight after doing 12 hours at a convention after probably partying a bit on Saturday night. No, if I'm lucky, I'll make it to Pittsburgh before I decide to stop and get a hotel room. And then it's still about 7 more hours from there. I wanted to make it to Columbus because I haven't been in Columbus since I was 4. But that'll be another trip for another day. Probably on the trip when I go to visit Pirate Scum or something like that. Thank you. Thank you, GSQ. I would appreciate pictures. But yeah, I will announce it and we can agree on a day for everybody to jump in. GSQ, where are you? That Columbus is 3 hours from you, roughly. And obviously you don't have to give me anything specific. Okay, cool. I mean, general areas, are you north of there, east of there, west of there, south of there? Because Columbus is only 3 hours from here, and I'm trying to figure out where you are, roughly. Just very roughly. But back to Von Marcus. We've talked to Kaiju, which I think Von Marcus and I talked about Godzilla -1 because he did see that. He and his girlfriend did go out to see movies. So we did chat about some of them. But if anybody hears anything from her, because they also had a dog, And I know it was Von Marcus's dog, so I, of course, worry about the doggy too, because, that's the way I do things. I have weird priorities.
One sad doggo right now.
I'm sure girlfriend and or aunt. I think his dad's still alive too. But I'm sure somebody's taking care of the dog. But if not, we'll take care of the dog. I need 3 dogs, Thank you. That was the response I was looking for there. Yeah, Empress Christie, I'm not sick of being stuck at home. I like being stuck at home with my doggos, but today has just been another kick in the pants to go out, meet everybody, travel around. So I'm supposed to go to Vegas for DT's wedding in a couple of months. And I was thinking, okay, I'd like to drive because it's crazy expensive to fly and get a hotel. And then it occurred to me, if I quit my job, throw the dogs in a car, stay at pet-friendly hotels, rent a pet-friendly Airbnb, and, have a dog vacation. Bring them with me. What the heck?
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. And I talked to my son about this, and he's like, you've got money. If you leave it, if you leave it to me, that's great, but, you don't have to leave it to me. Okay, if you insist, I'll go spend some of it. Me and the 2 insane dogs traveling across the country. Yes!
That would have been a really cool vlog.
It could still be one. Take the computer and the cameras and the mics with and stream from the road. We could have fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Empress Christie says, I missed 2 expos this year because of family obligations. Yeah, I missed last year's D&I convention because my husband had just passed away, and while there's that part of you that goes, I could still do it. I mean, emotionally I'm okay, but who's going to take care of the house and the dogs and work and stuff like that? Thank you, Deadly Lotus. Yeah. So Von Marcus, I think, was on one of the last shows you were on to or in chat with. And he had the weirdest builds, the Quackens. The Proto-Quacken, the Quacken. I don't remember if he had something past the Quacken, but these were huge pet builds. And one of the last things we were doing is trying to figure out what were the maximum consoles we could do to build the effectiveness of his pets, because basically he would launch them and there'd be this massive cloud of pets that went out and killed everything. And then they'd come back to the ship. And it was hysterical to watch that thing launch. So we will keep Von Marcus alive with our goofy builds.
I think I have that build laying around.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, let's see what we can do, and we will name it for him. So we do actually have a small problem now, which is a weird problem, but Von Marcus and I and Frost put together a fleet. And I'm in the wrong fleet at the moment. But it was Hugh's Heroes. It is our beta fleet. And the problem is, it's a very small fleet. And Von Marcus was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, so about 60% of the total fleet members was Von Marcus.
Oh.
One of the other fleet members, one of the other founders, was the other Duffy, who passed away last year, or 2 years ago. Which means the only 2 functional people in there right now are me and Crides. I don't think there's anybody else in there. Oh, Frost is in there, so there's actually... Oh, apparently we have one other person. So we have 4 people, 4 who are still around. And I'm the only fleet admiral. We need to build up Hugh's Heroes.
Are you asking for people to donate alts to the fleet?
We can get to that one. We're definitely going to need to look at bringing in some people. What I have done historically with Ed and other Duffies, I promoted them to fleet admirals posthumously. But this is going to give us with 1 functional fleet admiral, 1 functional player, 2 functional players, and that's it. Maybe 3 functional players, because I don't know if... Oh, Aki is still playing a lot. But yeah, and this was an all-Borg fleet. More all X-Borgs, if you will. So we'll have to look at that one. But anyway, thank you very much, Deadly Lotus. Von Marcus was a very interesting person. There'd be nights when ships would blow up and he'd be like, well, there's your problem right there. Or, not with that attitude, you're not going to win. So, always very optimistic. Rarely got human. Got to always be positive with us.
I need to take a quick trip to the toilet.
No problem. My dogs finally have shut up, which is scary. Kind of should go see where they are. All right, we're going to take a 1 minute break here, everybody. I'll be right back. I'm just going to go check because they've been barking all night, and I can't believe that they haven't done something stupid. Be right back. Empress Christie, if you would like to send a Borg tune to join us, that's great. And if you want to think about it, that's cool too. I will probably go make myself some more Borgy tunes to put in here too. Which of course comes down to, what are we recruiting right now? Deltas? Hey, Fro, what are you? Aren't you driving a car?
I'm driving a car.
Yes.
Hi, Frost.
Hello.
GSQ is here.
Yeah, I know. How is everyone?
I think we're all kind of hanging in there tonight. We're trying to tell stories.
Hanging in here.
Trying to tell stories about Von Marcus.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm just about to hit Georgia, so
What did she ever do to you?
just trying to figure. Well, I mean, if you knew her, you'd understand.
Yeah, I probably would.
Had it come. I feel a little silly because I didn't play Saturday, so I'm going to miss out on a day. I mean, I don't really care that, but that's better. Told her I tried to get in here as soon as I could. Pretty much as soon as I could. Oh my goodness.
So, Empress Christie, if you are a lifer, you can do Liberated Borg. Is there another way to get Liberated Borgs, or is it just a lifetime goodie?
I think it's
You
like
can sort of fake it, but the character, the character from the very beginning is only lifers can be a lifetime board. But through the Lobby store, you can get the exoskeleton, and so you can fake being a board. And that's just a series of expectations. You gotta spend real money either way. For being incredibly lucky.
It's a good argument for being a lifer. Actually, there's a lot of good arguments for being a lifer.
Yeah. Also, there's one of the more recent episodes. I think the latest episode. You also do get some Borg parts as well.
Yeah, I remember that. You can get the prosthetics, right?
Well, the prosthetic comes through Reputation.
I thought there was one that came through
I
as the reward from the latest episode.
There's a Borg
As a costume.
Yeah.
Yes.
Scorpion's the best.
that you.
Let's see. It gives you. It's not showing in the rewards, but possibly because I've already done it before.
Yeah, you've already. Chances are you've already completed it.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've completed every event since 2016 or so, but I don't recall that particular one. There is the Borg combat, but the Borg. It's
Oh,
a
well,
lot of really useful things in that regard, including athletes. But I'm not sure. I don't have the encyclopedic memory of this.
yeah. My dogs definitely are paranoid tonight. God. Always.
Paranoid.
Yeah, they're feeding off my stress, and they have just been nuts since about 10 this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There are the Borg prosthetics that you can get too. Maintenance, medical drone, and the tactical drone. But you can also get costume pieces to help you look the part. And I think that's from that new episode.
The one I do with Kasiki is about as close as I've ever come to actually making a Borg character, and he's not a. That was before I was a lifetime character. I mean, I have other ones for like Borg2 is a lifetime Borg character, but doesn't look nearly as Borg as Kasiki does. And I use the Dyson steer stuff to make it look more Borg. So it's a space Barbie thing. You want to look like a Borg, then you don't necessarily have to go through the route of being a lifetimer. Not that it's a bad investment, because I've gotten a lot of positive things out of it.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of things you can get from it. I'm trying to think here. Yeah, you can fake it through costume pieces. So sometimes that's more expensive than it's worth.
Yeah, Lobby Star is really your best bet on that. If you don't want to spend the $250 on getting a lifetime subscription and you just want to look the part, one character, that's all you want to do, then the lifetime subscription really isn't advantageous. But all the other things you get with the lifetime subscription really do make it. I mean, playing like a Renan character is just a lot of fun, because there's certain things they can do that other characters can't. The whole idea of playing Trill, of playing all these different things where you can buy them now, but didn't used to be able to. You had to do specific things in order to be able to access this character. I think it's helpful that people are seeing the more unique aspects of the game and really wanting them to be available to a larger group of people. But still, I haven't seen anything that really invalidates the benefit of getting a lifetime subscription. And I'm the kind of guy who doesn't even like paying monthly for being a part of a game. I used to play EVE Online, the evil game of spreadsheets.
I like spreadsheets.
I could not stand them. I mean, there's nothing wrong with spreadsheets. There's something wrong with evaluating the entire point you play the game by spreadsheets. It's exhausting. Especially, you don't need to play a video game. It's all you're going to be doing is kind of mulling it over underneath it. That's my opinion. if anybody likes Steve and that it's really a groundbreaking game for them, then by all means go for it. But just not a reason I play a video game. Of course, I'm doing the same thing with Fallout, and I should probably not do that either. So maybe I should stop talking. Although that is something that Stoke could probably benefit from. Somebody creating an entire database of where things are, how they benefit, what to do, when, that kind of thing.
So the reason we have this Borg fleet is because von Marcus was very unhappy when at the end of Picard Season 1, Hugh died.
Yeah, that was.
Empress Christie, I'm clearly in the wrong job. That's a nice income. But anyway, we had decided that we would base all this off of the XBs.
Okay, yeah. I tried to do my wrong one character. Didn't work out the way I wanted, but it's a good attempt again. Florida is deceptively large. I've been driving for 3.5 hours.
Yes, Florida is large.
Well, I mean, you can reach either coast in an hour. No matter where it is, you can reach the coast in an hour. But I've been driving north for 3.5 hours. I'm still not out of the state.
Yeah, well, tomorrow I get to basically spend all day driving through Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania's a big state, as you all know.
I like Pennsylvania. There's so many things to do in Pennsylvania.
For reasons, we had to drive from one hospital to a different hospital in Pennsylvania, and on paper it's like an inch and a half. It was like 6 hours in a car. It was not fun. Actually, the car ride was fine. It was the person I was driving with who would not shut up.
So that's why duct tape was invented.
Yes, it was. Hey, Empress Christie, if it works for you, go for it. Well, next week we will start in on doing the honorary build. And also, if you guys have anything that you think we should do as a tribute to him, let's do it and put together some sort of memorial fund for him. We really need to do that. We need to have a charity that, when we need to fund something, we can throw the money in. Maybe it can help out other players. Maybe we can donate to a couple of things. I think it was Q who mentioned one of the charities, World Something Kitchen.
Yeah. World's Kitchen.
Right. That they were raising money for, and having heard about what happened recently, definitely a group that I would like to support. So maybe our next fundraiser will be through them. Anyway, I think we will call it quits here tonight, folks. I will be on ESD for the next hour or so while I get my car packed up. If anybody needs or wants to talk, please feel free to call me. And if you need my phone number, send me a message and I'll send it to you. Von Marcus had it, so but that doesn't help. And somebody's going to have to take over it. Like I said, he was the one who'd call in the middle of the night going, "Stream's still running, Mom. Shoot. Harder to do, but I found out I left it running the other morning too, so oh well. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Really appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Take care.
Have a good night, everybody.